It's like the gardener who is asked, "How do you grow such beautiful flowers?" And he replies, "I don't force them to grow, I just remove what stops them." Remember, failure was part of the objective of entering the gym this morning. Are there things in your business that are worse off for having you involved in them?
How can I use my business as a way to be there for my family more?
Those outputs can only be reined in and intentionally developed or directed by managing the inputs.
Forced us eventually to take over 2 years of our life to dig out of just to get to zero.
You don't have the things from the places you haven't gone to. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping.
The flies come for the poo, right? There's a push-pull effect with all of your marketing, and it needs to be pushing away the customers that are not a good fit and drawing in the ones that are.
Hey, welcome to all of you bandits and chilies. This episode is called Proximity, Self-Trust, and Being the Smallest Fish. This episode is completely different. This episode is, first of all, late in production because of the very subject matter of the episode. What I'm going to be sharing with you and talking about today is happening right now, and the emotion and the weight of what we're going to cover is very real right now and very raw. So I just wanted to capture it in real time for you. Is that all right? Do you mind if we get real in here for a moment? Just to set the stage, you have probably heard things like proximity is power, and you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and show me your top 5 friends and I'll show you your future. All of that good stuff, right? But do you actually believe that? Because let me tell you, I do believe that, but what I have just realized was that I was not acting as though I believed that. Do you know what I mean? Does that resonate with you? Like, if this was a quiz, pen and paper, multiple choice, and you were asked a question, which of the following is the biggest predictor of your future? A, your past. B, your bank balance. C, your industry. D, your 5 closest friends. You would probably get the answer correct on paper. Yep, D, my 5 closest friends. Cool, that was easy. What's for lunch? But hold up. If you actually want to apply that in your life, the ramifications could hardly be larger. Whatever levels of success you aspire to achieve in any area of your life, health, wealth, family, etc., they will all be primarily dictated by who you surround yourself with. Whoa. Again, you know this stuff, but do you really know it? Do you really believe it? And how much do you actually care about your future success in health, wealth, or family? Because here's the thing, as soon as you acknowledge that this is true, that your 5 closest friends are going to essentially dictate the levels that you can operate within when it comes to health, wealth, family, and any other areas of your life that you might be thinking about, well then, now, what is being asked of you is a much more difficult question than the one on pen and paper, that multiple choice question. No, now you are being asked, are my relationships with my top 5 friends worth more or less than my aspirations in the areas of my life that I am saying matter the most to me, right? It's like a congruency test. If you are saying that you want to get absolutely ripped, that you're going to go to the gym and you're going to get shredded, swole, as I believe the kids are calling it these days. Cool, great, but what if it's James that you've known since you were kids? What if he is stopping you? Maybe directly because, maybe he's become really toxic, or maybe indirectly because he just doesn't praise you for the things that take you closer to that goal. Instead, he praises you for the things that move you further away from that goal. He's encouraging you to go to the pub for beers and chips. Are you willing to pull back from that relationship, or, if needed, even to cut off that relationship? On the flip side, are you willing to cut off your goals and dreams? This is the uncomfortable reality of the question that you are left with once you acknowledge the truth of proximity is power, and you are the average of the top 5 people that you hang out with. So, do you really believe that? And do you demonstrate that belief in your life? This isn't about burning bridges and cutting people off, but it is about making intentional choices from a place of alignment to your own stated values and goals, rather than trying to have a facade of those stated values and goals, but being unwilling to take actions in that direction. Depending on where you are on your business journey or any other journey in your life, health, family, etc., you may have already organically or systematically done this. So think small with me for a moment. Take an area of your life that you are proud of the progress that you have made, And then imagine going 20 steps backwards in that journey to a really low point. Maybe you had just started your business and you had no idea what you were doing. Maybe you had just gained 15 kilos and you reached an inflection point where you decided that this ends now. I am not that person. From then until now, have you changed your relationships? What new relationships do you have now as a result of that journey? Here's another question. Imagine that for some perverse reason, you wanted to actually go backwards on that journey. Who do you know that you could spend more time with that would help you to put on weight or to shrink your business? The Framingham Heart Study did a social network analysis tracking 12,000 people over a period of 32 years, so a huge study. And they found that obesity appeared to be spread through social ties. If a close friend became obese, a person's chances of becoming obese increased by 57%, which was a significantly higher increase than even if a sibling or a parent became obese. So it wasn't just a case of meal sharing. Interestingly, geography did not matter. It was their social connection. To further drive that point home, here's something that is crazy to think about. This is actually insane. Your Facebook friends will impact your weight. A 2016 study in Nature Communications called Exercise Contagion in a Global Social Network found that exercise behaviors spread socially online. If your friends exercised more, then you were more likely to do so. There are other studies that bear this out too, but how wild is that? Not just people that you're hanging out with literally in real life, but even your online connections. You're seeing these behaviors modeled. You're seeing who you're comparing yourself to. So again, do you really believe that your top 5 friends are the biggest predictor of your future success? Do you really act like you believe that? Over the course of this weekend, Mikayla and I had been discussing a massive decision. Just to rewind the clock a bit, years ago, I remember when I wanted to buy into the first business development course that was really like a stretch to our pockets at the time. And Mikayla and I discussed it for, I don't know exactly how long. It was a long time. It was probably weeks. It felt like months. As we've grown in our relationship, our trust in one another and also in taking bets on ourselves has also grown. That course was probably like $1,000 or $2,000. I don't remember the specifics, but it was enough at the time. It felt huge. Since then, I have spent 6 figures on my own education through courses and coaching and so forth, and I have no intention of stopping. I am currently enrolled in a program that costs about $27,000 per year. And this weekend, we have just decided to enroll in another program at the same time. And this one costs $60,000. And that represents the largest single program that I have ever invested in. Now why? What would compel a seemingly sane person, albeit with some terrible dad jokes, but a seemingly sane person, why would they spend $60,000 on such a program? What does the program include? What does it do? What do you get? Well, I'm not going to tell you what the program is, at least not yet anyway, right? Got to keep some secrets around here, keep a bit of a mystique, but I will tell you that the single most important part of what I get is access to a room in which I am the smallest fish. In some ways, the rest of the program doesn't even matter. I mean, it does, and I intend to extract extreme value from it by showing up and being the best student that I can be. But I want to be in the room with all of the other crazy people that also paid $60,000 to be in the room. Sounds like a pretty cool room to be in, right? All I know about the other people that will be in that room is that they have demonstrated enough passion and self-trust to place themselves in that environment. Sounds like my kind of people, and I want to know more. I want to be the smallest fish and to humble myself to be present in a space that feels too big for me. And then, like a fish that will grow to the size of its environment, I want to grow bigger in that environment. Now, that's actually not true. Fish don't really grow to the size of their environment. Instead, they can become stunted if kept in a tank that is too small. With enough space, the right diet, and good water conditions, a fish is allowed to grow to its natural size. Really, that's an even better metaphor, right? It's like the gardener who is asked, "How do you grow such beautiful flowers?" And he replies, "I don't force them to grow, I just remove what stops them." Again, just being completely real with you, by the time that this episode comes out, I will be on my scheduled call to join that $60,000 group. And I'm sharing this with you not to gloat or be like, look at me, I'm dropping $60,000 on this cool thing. No, I'm sharing it to underline that same question that I asked at the start. Are your relationships with your top 5 friends worth more or less to you than your aspirations in the areas of your life that you are saying matter the most to you? There's not necessarily a wrong answer to that question. It is your question to ask yourself. It's your question to answer. But just be aware that answering the question with authenticity and following through with alignment might be one of the hardest things that you ever have to do. If you'd like to talk that through, jump on a free clarity call with me, link in the description. Also, jump in our free school group and find some other family-oriented business growers whom you might resonate with. We've got some news about to drop in that group as well. Very excited for what is upcoming. But for right now, that's it. Have an awesome day. Make someone else's day awesome. I love you just the appropriate amount. Like, take whatever is weird and then take a healthy step backwards from that line. That is exactly how much. If it's weird, you're the weirdo. Catch ya. Bye. Hey, you're a family-oriented business grower. You should join our free group for family-oriented business growers. It's like the perfect place for someone your size and shape. Join via warplan.au, link in the description, and whilst you're there you can book a free clarity call with me to help identify the next 3 dominoes you need to knock over in your business.